Hi everybody!
Hello!
Welcome to another episode of Pounds and Inches, a board game review series where we bring you a review every time one of us loses a pound or an inch.
Alright, so as of today, I'm down another pound, which makes this episode 416 and 158.
Yep.
Alright, so today we are talking about Connect 4x4. This is a mass market game, probably not one that you probably would pay a lot of attention to. So this is a game that we actually owned before we were really in the board game hobby, but it's something that we thought we'd bring it to you sooner than later, because we are probably going to go through all of our board games that we own in our collection through this review series.
Yeah, we're optimistic that will happen, that we'll achieve our goals, and we own about...
At least 150 base games.
Yeah, so we're hoping that we'll be able to review all of those.
I've got that much weight to lose and then some, so there'll be plenty of content, no shortage of content coming from us. Alright, so what do you get when you open this package?
You get everything you see right here.
That's basically it.
The towers that you put the little bits into, all of these, they come in 4 different colors because it plays up to 4 player. Just like that. And then there's special 2-sided ones, which we'll get into why that's important in a second. So how does this game play? How does it differ than Connect 4?
Alright, so this is a game where it's an abstract game just like Connect 4, but the twist is instead of just the normal doing a 2-player and you have 2 colors and one dimension, this is a 3-dimensional kind of a thing where you have top, bottom, left, right, and also the depth of it. So you could go, for instance, in this scenario, there's 2 layers here. The green is in the rack closest to us. Yellow could go in front of it, and they're both in play. So you might be able to weave in and out. Green could go in the front, closer to the camera, and then back and forth. And the first person to get 4 points, or 4 tokens in a row, is going to get a point. And the game goes until somebody gets 10 points.
Yeah, we typically don't play that long, but that's what the game suggests.
Yeah, that would be a pretty long game if somebody went that long going to 10 points, but we'll talk about that a little bit later too.
Yeah, so one of the things that I really like about this game, or something to like about this game, is the storage. I mean, like how it keeps all the pieces locked together right here. It also has that on the top, so after we put all the pieces in there, you can just lock it, and then these fold up. It stores so nicely, which is why I think it's still in our collection.
Yeah, it doesn't take up a lot of shelf space. I hide it in one of our totes, and it can stay there as long as it wants without hurting anybody.
Yeah.
I like this is a twist on the classic Connect 4. You're trying to get 4 in a row still the same way, but there's a little bit more additional thinking ahead and additional planning. These 2-row blockers are really nice. They take up, instead of the single spots like that, it takes up 2 at a time with 1 drop. And also in a situation like this where you only have 1 token there, you could drop something on top of it, and now that second spot is blocked because of from the top because of the double piece.
Yeah. One of the main things that we dislike about this game, and probably the reason why we don't take it out, is it just overstays its welcome.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, in a 4-player game, if everyone's evenly matched, in theory, getting to 10 points would take 37 games if everyone kind of got to 9 and then someone got pushed over to the 10. That would be a very long game for a game like this, especially for a family setting when kids are losing their patience.
Yeah, and it just is kind of lacks personality. We have so many games bidding for our attention in our collection and then in the greater collection of what our friends own, that this really just doesn't pop out at all. We're never craving it or wanting to play it because it just doesn't have that personality and that meatiness that our other games do.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that we can still recommend to someone who wants something more, that next step when they're kind of transitioning from mass market gaming to something a little more depth and strategy. But for someone who's already established in the hobby and has a good repertoire of games and designers they like and companies that they're familiar with, this is probably a pass for a lot of people.
Yeah, I do want to emphasize it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's just...
We never ask for this game. We never clamor for it. But once it does at the table, there's a good time to be had.
Yeah. We found this for...
It was under $20 when we purchased it. I think that was probably a little high. And now it's going for $50, which tells us that it's no longer in print. Not recommended for $50. There's other Connect 4 variants and other games in general, for that matter, that are better for $50 that you can spend your money on.
Yep. Well, I think that's all we have to say on Connect 4x4 today.
Again, sorry we had to put you through this mass market game, but we just wanted to plow through our entire collection because I will be losing 150 pounds or more, and therefore you have to sit through 150 of our episodes.
All right, well, until next time.
Thank you guys. Have a good one. We love feedback from you guys. Make sure you hit us up on our blog at Board Game Geek or on our YouTube channel, Pounds and Inches.
All right, until next time.
Bye.
Bye.